supersonic flight is truly an engineer's dream, and yet, we haven't been able to experience it in a while. Since Concorde retired for good, many have dreamed of the prospects that better technology could bring cheaper supersonic flights, more comfortable supersonic flights, and safer supersonic flights. But 2 decades since, we are still flying subsonic. Two startup companies, Boom and Aerion, are now touting the return of supersonic flights, addressing many issues that ultimately failed the Concorde. Boom is developing a passenger commercial jet, while Aerion a private jet. Are we back at top speed? In today's Project Z analysis, we take a look at the difficulties of supersonic flights, how these aircraft attempt to overcome the economic and engineering challenges, and whether supersonic flights will be relevant in our industry going forward. Also, after this video, why not check out an interesting DC-10 documentary done by the Aviation Flyer channel. Quick shout out here, and the link is in the description below. As an F geek, one can only admire the sight of supersonic aircraft cruising faster and higher in our skies. As a frequent flyer, we can wish to be able to reach places faster, spend more time at doing what matters rather than being cramped into an airplane seat for long hours. But there's always been an issue when flying supersonic: economics. Supersonic jets of the past burned a lot of fuel per trip and per seat, nearly 4 times that of traditional jet aircraft. Ticket prices were high, mainly appealing to the business traveler needing to attend the emergency meeting, though the capacity of 100 seats meant that these aircraft were difficult to fill. On the economic front, the new wave of supersonic aircraft are, however, attempting to address these issues. Firstly, they are all lower in capacity. Boom's new supersonic jet seats 75 business-paying passengers, while Aerion's Supersonic AS2 is a private jet that seats only 10. Both have been designed for ferrying only business travelers in mind, with smaller but optimal seating capacity. Second, the high fuel burn. New advancements in technology have allowed for significantly reduced fuel burn. Unlike old supersonic aircraft, these new planes are designed out of carbon composites, making them lighter and needing less thrust to get up to supersonic speeds. This means no more afterburning engines, but simple modifications of reliable and proven turbofans used today. 3 of them to be precise. These engines will require modifications, such as an air intake to slow the air entering the engine and a smaller core, but expect fuel burn to be cut by half. New computer modeling allows for multiple configurations to be tested quickly, fine-tuning all airframe parts and optimizing them for efficiency and reduced drag. Those new composite materials also allow for more shapes, meaning a more aerodynamic design. Aerion's AS2 has something called a natural laminar wing, the first for any supersonic passenger jet. With these new technologies, Boom is predicting fuel burn per passenger no worse than that of a conventional business class flight on airlines today. However, all this could be for nothing if one big issue isn't overcome. Supersonic comes with a lot of speed but also noise, and you've probably heard of the sonic boom. No pun intended. Because of the sonic boom, supersonic flights over land has been banned in many parts of the world. Except China, this limits the number of routes supersonic aircraft can operate on. Concorde, for example, was only viable on transatlantic routes, though things could be about to change. New technologies have since then been developed by NASA and private companies such as Aerion to dissipate the shock wave when flying supersonic, essentially muffling the sonic boom to near imperceptible levels near the ground. Aerion hopes to certify this new technology and get approval from the FAA to fly supersonic over land, opening up new market opportunities such as Transcon New York to Los Angeles. Even so, this technology works only up to certain speeds, in Aerion's case Mach 1.2, but a good 40% faster than a traditional flight. There is, however, one big issue that still remains: limited range. Even if they solve economics, ranges of supersonic aircraft still pale compared to conventional jetliners. Take Aerion's and Boom's aircraft. When flying supersonic, their maximum range is at 4,700 nautical miles. Flying from San Francisco to Singapore, a stopover will most definitely be needed, making the time saved by flying faster pretty much redundant. A United 787-9 will get you there cheaper and non-stop. Also, no matter how advanced supersonic aircraft are, seat costs cannot be compared with a standard economy class seat and appeal to only business class travelers. And that brings us on to the main point. Is there a future for supersonic? Or are these a buzz that fades away as a waste of time? Supersonic flights do serve a niche and small market, a market for the super rich and businessmen needing a quick hop to catch a meeting before flying home for dinner with family or maybe another business exec. However, for the leisure traveler, or in fact most business travelers today, supersonic flights is an expensive ride that makes little sense for most. Is there a need to go faster? For meetings that have to take place in a hurry, telecommunications have become more popular. For big conferences with wireless connectivity on aircraft today, work can be done on flights, but overnight flights allow one to sleep in utmost comfort before arriving the next day for that all-important meeting. Efficiency in aircraft allows for more spacious beds up front, improving the flying experience. Airlines realize that speed isn't a key selling point. What passengers rather have is more comfort, more luxury, more opulence. Fully lie-flat seats, Wi-Fi and lower fares is what attracts passengers, not flying faster. Rather than speeding up, the aviation industry should take a step back and realize the impacts it's had on the environment. While air travel remains one of the cleanest forms of transport, accounting for only 2% of all carbon emissions, future growth in air travel will only result in an increase in these emissions. The industry must place its R&D spending on where it matters most. Supersonic may be great, but reducing emissions is of higher priority, especially given new emission regulations put on future aircraft. still we can expect a small number of supersonic aircraft flying elites around the world in less time. The next generation of fast jets irons out some issues that failed their predecessors and are much better positioned to serve this small but incredible market well. So perhaps the sun may rise one more time on supersonic flight. The era of supersonic flight may be about to return.